What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about the origins of spirituality. And to be specific, the origins of African spirituality. This video is mostly for Africans because Africans are the most religious people that I know, me included. I grew up in a very religious country. Like Uganda is one of the most religious country, and like they embrace every religion that you can think about. And that I loved that growing up, but I remember like the more I studied about these religions, the more I realized I was detaching from religion and I was detaching from God. So I asked myself why, but then I realized it was never about God. It was never about God. It was never about me. It was more about these religions because it never made sense to me that Africans are the first humans. Because like even when you track, when you look in science and research, you can it shows that Africans are the first humans. But then like it always never made sense to me that they had to introduce religion to us. So I started asking myself that if these religions and these creation stories in these religions are the real creation stories of all humans, how come Africans didn't know about it? How come our ancestors didn't know about it? So I started learning more until I realized there was African spirituality. I didn't actually know more about this growing up because, like, again, Uganda is mostly focused on religion. They practice religion more than the owners of the religion, but that's because a lot of people have been programmed into thinking the religions that they believe in, those were the religions that their ancestors believed in. But this video is mostly for Africans because like you guys need to learn this stuff because the reason why they colonized our country, the reason why they colonized our continent is because like we forgot our own stuff. Like we forgot our own religions, we forgot our own traditions, we forgot our own history. We're waiting for somebody else to come and tell us our own history. That has to change. You guys have to start relearning your own history. In order for Africans to understand their history, we have to start questioning those that same history that they taught us, especially religion, because like religion is the one thing that's ruling Africa right now. Like everybody's so religious, but they don't even question where these religions came from. Also, they don't question why same people who never liked black people, the same people who never liked African people, who teach us these religions, and also like the we have to start asking why these creation stories didn't even start in Africa to begin with. Because like if Africans are the first humans, don't you think our ancestors will be the first one to know these stories? But also another question that you have to ask yourself is how come these creation stories most of them are not in Africa? Because if they say the first human was in Africa, how come these stories are not in Africa?